What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. Make sure you subscribe so you know what's going on in the world of tech. How is everyone doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. We've got some news today that it's going to be kind of stinky, kind of bad, kind of not cool, and I don't want to break any hearts today, but we might have to. So without further ado, let's jump into the tech news. First, our first story of the day is a little bit of good news. Galaxy Z Flip 5, Fold 5, Galaxy Watch 6, probably some new earbuds as well. We've been hearing it might launch early, and the latest rumor coming out is that Samsung's Galaxy Unpacked event could take place in the final week of July, maybe sometime between July 25th and July 27th. Now, what does that mean for us in terms of release date? Well, usually when they do an Unpacked event, it's usually 2 weeks later or a week later, but most likely 2 weeks later, they release the phone out into the open. So you're probably not looking at a July release, July announcement probably, but a mid-August release. So it would be like a week or two earlier than usual, but it wouldn't hit that July release date in there like we might have heard it might happen. But so far, this is the latest rumor, so we'll see if it ends up happening or not. Next up, speaking about the Galaxy Z Fold 5, this is a feature they haven't upgraded ever on this phone. Maybe the first generation they did, but this technology has been in the Galaxy Z Fold, the Galaxy Fold, this Samsung Galaxy line for a long time, and that is the charging speeds. They are not upgrading the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold or Flip 5 charging speeds. The latest is that they're going to continue using 25 watt wired charging and then obviously 15 watt wireless charging. This is a disappointment to me. It still charges a little bit too slow. The only saving graces in here is that the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is really good on battery life, so maybe we won't need to charge it super fast all the time or really at all. So that would be a saving grace and keeping it at 25 watts. I know some of you are going to come back and say anything over 25 watts isn't safe. They've fixed that technology in a lot of ways. You can check with the Chinese manufacturers who charge super fast, and they are leagues ahead right now charging speed wise versus the Korean manufacturers. It's pretty sad. And the longevity of their batteries still should last as well. So a bit of a letdown, but again, that silver lining is that the 8 Gen 2 is really good with battery life. Now, not to be a Debbie Downer, but the Pixel Fold, we heard that the Pixel Fold was going to have a somewhat bigger battery than the Galaxy Z Fold 4. Z Fold 4 has a 4400 milliamp battery. We heard the the Pixel Fold was going to have almost, not quite, but almost a 5000 milliamp battery. And we found out today it's not going to, and the charging speed's kind of slow. So here we go. The latest information from Yogesh Brar is that, and we'll run through this because we've kind of run through it, but maybe you didn't see the video, we talked about it, but the ending stuff is newer. So the 7.6 inch inside display, I should say, 120 hertz, 5.8 inch, 120 hertz display. You got that Tensor G2 processor, 12 gigs of RAM, 256 or 512 gigs of storage. You can see the rear camera is set up at 48, 10, and 10. Inner camera will be 8 megapixel, outer camera will be 9.5 megapixels, running Android 13, and then the battery, 4500 milliamps, so it is bigger than the Z Fold 4, and most likely the Z Fold 5 as well. But the charging speed a little bit slower at 23 watts charging versus the 25 watt on Samsung. Not a huge difference in the charging ability speed, but Samsung should still beat it in a side-by-side test of charging. So a little bit of a letdown, I would say, on the battery size. I was really hoping for close to 5,000. The reason being the Tensor G2 processor, at least on the 7 and the 7 Pro, isn't really known for amazing battery life. So this could be its Achilles heel when this phone comes out, is that the battery life mixed with that processor might not create a amazing day at the office in terms of battery life. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled on this. Maybe they did a ton of optimization within the software, and the processor is able to breathe a little bit more and get some better, produce better battery life as well. But again, it could be the Achilles heel of the Pixel Fold, the battery life in general. My question out to you guys is, what do you think's the Achilles heel of the Pixel Fold? Meaning, what's its weak point? Let me know in the comments down below. Without further ado, let's jump into our Q&A. All right, first question from Timothy Hammock. If I'm getting a tablet, which would you recommend? Would you recommend the Tab S8 series, or would you wait for the Tab S9 series? Have a wonderful, excellent Monday. I would wait for the Tab S9. It's so close. It's only mere months away at this point, and you're gonna get much better performance and probably better battery life because of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. I would wait for the S9 series. Also with the S9 series, all of the models will now have OLED displays. So yeah, I would wait for the S9 series. Last question comes from Sam Taylor. Hi, Greg. I did not completely understand the advantage with screen size with your Z Fold 4 when you mentioned that you have a Tab S8 Ultra. I think you mentioned recently, surely that would be the better choice to use at home, or maybe use your S23 Ultra to your TV for gaming, which I'm thinking of doing. Have the S23 Ultra presently, but no tablet, and thinking next to get a 65-inch 4K Samsung TV would be useful to know which devices you have, TV, tablet, folding phone, as to what contact you use them daily. That would be helpful in two minds, buying 65-inch TV or the S9 Ultra tablet. I mean, all those devices are different in terms of what they would feed you in terms of content. I love having a tablet, a TV, because I like watching a wicked big screen and consuming and watching movies on that. I'm kind of a little bit more traditional, where when I watch, I like watching, I don't mind watching YouTube on my small screen, but like a movie or like, you know, a TV show, I'd really much rather sit in a couch or a nice chair and watch it on a big screen like a television. But in bed, I like watching it on my tablet or my phone. So for me, I have the Z Fold 4 as my daily phone currently. I have an S8 Ultra, and I just picked up an iPad Pro 11-inch. I've been using the iPad Pro 11-inch more because I like that size. So I'd say, why don't you wait for the S9 and pick that one up, because I think the size is a lot more comfortable with everything, or the S9 Plus. The S9 Ultra it's so huge, and you can't just lay in bed with it without feeling like you're gonna knock it off. So hopefully that answers your question. And yeah, there you go. 65-inch TV for which one I have. I have the Samsung Frame, the 2022 edition. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.